96. Yo, I said stop myself, I'm not myself. Headed into anything, knowing that I got myself. And all my enemies wishing that I shot myself. Dead, on the bed, clothes covered in red. Stop myself, I'm not myself. Headed into anything, knowing that I got myself. And all my enemies wishing that I shot myself. Dead.
What is up, y'all? It is Mike and Nick here with Combat Sports Today. Got a massive card this weekend. We're about to break down UFC 314 in Miami. It's about to be an absolute banger of a card. How are you doing today, Nick?
I'm doing good, man. I'm fucking excited about this card. Yeah. Sorry, Phil. Didn't mean to cuss in the first minute.
Hey, I think you just broke it. Minute and 10 seconds, so we're good to go.
Oh, okay, sick.
We get to go either way. So we go.
Yeah. Massive card for our massive fucking, Mike's massive schlong and my casually average schlong. You know what I'm saying? So, first of all, let's give Mike a shout out. Let's look how slim my boy is looking. Give a flex for us, Mike. Look at my boy, man.
It's not even in the
losing weight. Look at that. That skinny ass neck. Such a chokeable neck. Naturally.
This neck, I got good defense though, so we popping out here.
Boys like this, I was looking stupid as fuck at the gym the other day, bro. I was stretching and I was like in a turtle position and I was acting like someone was attacking my back. And I already know the girl next to me was probably like, what the fuck is this tweaker doing? Yeah, I haven't rolled in like a week, honestly. I went to an open mat on Saturday, and that's like the only time I've rolled. I got a tattoo not long ago and taken off since. I need to get back on the mats. A few weeks is long enough. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm finally starting to get my legs to where, not exactly where I want them, but just after the surgery, I'm starting to get the strength and the atrophy in the right leg, back to normal, or at least as normal as it's going to be. I'm feeling strong, so I'm looking to get back into it myself. I'm very excited. About to be the nastiest white belt out there. You already know what's going on.
As you should be excited. We have a good-ass combat sports weekend. We have Jaron Boost Ennis boxing coming back versus Imantas Santionis. A lot of people want Imantas Santionis to win, and the money's coming in on Imantas Santionis. Boots opened up, or at least earlier this week, was up to a 900 favorite. Now he's down to a minus 600. You can catch Jaron Boost Ennis at knockout by plus 130. So I just want to drop everyone that's listening early that to everybody. Jaron Boost Ennis by knockout plus 130. America's next great hope. He's America's best boxer, in my personal opinion. I know a lot of heavy boxing critics aren't sold on him being top tier. I think he's going to stamp his place on Stionis, and I think he's going to move up. So give me Boots at plus 130 by knockout. Stionis is a tough, good boxer, fights behind a good jab. So Boots round 7 through 12 is plus 250. I like them both. So
he better get it done. He better get it done after those last two performances. Lackluster, man.
No. So not his last two performances, his last two fights against Karen, because bullshit. He knocked the fuck out of David Avanesian 2 fights ago. His fight against Karen, I can understand, is lackluster, but his first fight against Karen, if anyone watched it, if I'm not mistaken, it was during pandemic times, so I could be wrong. Karen essentially didn't box him at all the first fight. He literally just ran and was on his bike and moving like the weirdest Russian you've ever seen. It was almost like Dominic Cruz style of fighting in boxing. And the second fight, I will say we got to give the Ukrainian a little bit more respect because Karen didn't get dropped, or he got dropped, but he didn't get knocked out. He was very tough in that fight, holding through. I think Stanionis is a little bit more bread and butter of a fighter. He's definitely not going to be on the back foot as much as Karen was in either of those fights. And we haven't seen his chin tested. I think Boots is going to get him out of there. I really do, man. And damn near a spitball away from his hometown in Atlantic City. It's hard not to take Boots in this one, man. And Boots by knockout at plus 130 is really good money. Holy fuck. I think I got an eyelash in my eye.
I'll be rooting for him, that's for sure. I'll be rooting for him.
Well, let's get into UFC 314.
Yeah, I'm about to pull up this blicky right here.
Yeah, y'all can skip me for the first fight off rips. Don't know, don't care. Don't know, don't care. We're gonna take the Nick parlay. We're gonna take the Nick theory, baby. First female underdog of the night, Haley Cowan, baby. Give me the younger girl and the less steroided out girl, baby. Haley Cowan, underdog, baby. No real breakdown, baby.
Yeah, this one for me is tough. I like the theory play, but at the same time, I feel like Nora Cornell is pretty decent. You know, Haley Cowan hasn't really shown anything at all in the UFC, and then we got Nora Cornell. If I'm not mistaken, who did she fight last? I think she fight. Was it Jacqueline
Wasn't it the
Aaron or
Asian? I thought she
Cavalcanti?
fought the Asian bitch.
For some reason, I thought she fought Jacqueline Cavalcanti and did pretty decent. Let me look just to make sure. Because I was like, I think Jacqueline Cavalcanti is going to be a fucking problem in the division. And yeah, it was Cavalcanti. She lost by split decision in that fight where she showed some dog. She's powerful. She's not, I don't think she's anything great, but Haley Cowan, whatever, I don't know. I feel like when she was originally about to debut in the UFC, a lot of people were like, oh, this girl's a freak athlete. She did some other sport professionally. I can't remember. I didn't really look into her too much, but she was like a athlete or being marketed as like the super athlete. And I don't know. She just isn't impressive to me. I feel like Nora Cornell minus 185 is good value. I mean, I could be wrong. This fight's dangerous. This fight is I wouldn't bet on it probably. Because if Haley Cohen was like a plus 250, I'll be like, all right, that seems worth it. But she's not that big of an underdog. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't care about this fight. But I'll go Cornell by knockout. Oh, only plus 350. Yeah, I don't like that. All right, so we got the theory play. Haley Cohen for Nick, Nora Cornell for Mike. And then we rocking out with my guy, my dude. Middleweight bout between Tresean Gore plus 300 and Marco Tulio Silva at minus 380. We got a Diego Lima shoot the box guy, if I'm not mistaken, at middleweight. You got any leans on this one?
I'm surprised this isn't a minus 2100 line, to be honest with you. Seen a lot of Tresean Gore on the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, he's at the MMA lab now. So he could be on that little bit of secret sauce. Love you, Luis. Sorry, Luis. But Tulio has fought at a good level of competition on the regional scene. He shows a little bit more of a patient striking game for a shoot the box guy. Stands in that high level Muay Thai stance, ready to check kicks, throws really good up the middle front kicks and teep kicks. Really solid backhand too as well. Decent finishing ability and decent killer instinct too as well. Tresean Gore really is guillotine or bust to me. Me and my ex-girlfriend watched The Ultimate Fighter together the whole season that had Tresean Gore, so I like to think I'm a little bit of a Tresean Gore expert. Why the fuck is that motherfucker always crying? He is always crying. Always. And that's one thing she always brought up was, why is he always crying? And I always think about him. And, and unfortunately, I think he's going to take a nap and wake up, and I think he's going to cry. Give me Silva here. I think Silva eventually gets the finish. I don't know what the double chance number is, but I don't think Tresean Gore is very good. I think he's extremely athletic. Outside of that, though, I don't think he's very good. Oh, the minus 125 for a knockout is fucking horrendous. Betting sucks now, bro. Betting used to be so fun. Now it's fucking garbage with lines like this. Minus 125 is not even fucking worth it, quite frankly. And you have, quite like someone like Tresean Gore who is chinny, so it most likely is going to go that way. But I don't know. Someone like Tulio, yeah, no, I'm not touching that fucking number.
Let me see how many subs Tulio has.
Only one in his career.
Yeah, he has one. He's lost by knockout. Tresean Gore knockout plus 1,000. Book it. Probably not. Yeah, probably not going to be Tresean Gore, but it would be cool to see him win. I rock with him. I like Tresean Gore. I mean, he's American, so that one's pretty plain and simple, though. You got to think Marco Tulio is just going to be more skilled, better fighter everywhere. If Tresean Gore is, like you said, submission or bust, I doubt he's subbing a shoot the box guy, especially a guy.
I wouldn't even say he's submission or bust. I think he's gilly or bust.
Yeah, Gilly. His Gilly's vicious. If he cinches up the Gilly, I know the Tulio better.
Yeah, honestly, the way he ripped Fremd's neck from his shoulders was kind of insane.
I thought he killed him, bro.
He broke his neck. He legit made Fremd look like a giraffe. Like, the way he extended that neck was fucking insane, bro.
Yeah, that was concerning for sure. I remember because I like Josh.
We got anyone in the chat at all? I can never see anyone on the chat.
No, we don't have anybody at the moment. Hopefully we do here soon. It says 53 on the thing. So if you're in here,
are you even seeing people, bro? I can't even see shit.
No, I see at the top corner of the screen.
Oh,
from
maybe it's
Adam.
because I'm low key. I'm not logged in. So
Yeah. So yeah, that's how many people have joined at one point or another. But if you're in here watching, say what's up. Be like, yeah, I think Marco Tullio is gonna get guillotined. I think.
yeah, hey pussies. Before we continue, how about y'all leave us a little like, comment, share, subscribe? Y'all are gay as fuck, bro. What's up with this lack of interaction lately, you bunch of coward pussy boys? Talk some
Tell us
shit
we're
to me.
wrong.
I'm talking y'all shit to y'all. Fuck y'all.
Yeah. Talk
Like,
some shit to Nick.
yeah, not to Mike. Mike's a great guy. See, like now I'm vamping up. Wait a minute. How do we even reshare this shit? I was just trying to go reshare it.
Yeah. You already know. So it looks like we're both on Tulio. I mean, I see Trayshawn Gore knockout plus 1,000, Trayshawn Gore sub plus 1,100. Probably a donation if you're gonna bet on that, but it is 10x your money. I would probably recommend not betting on that fight just based on the lack of value on Tulio. But then the next fight, we got a flyweight bout. Suma Darji minus 175 favorite, and Mitch Raposo at plus 145 as the underdog. This fight's interesting.
All right, I want to hear your thoughts on it.
I feel like, Suma Darji, he's been finished 7 times, I believe, and 6 of them are by submission. So people like to call him chinny. I don't think he's that chinny. He is a good striker. I think he's, decent, in terms of if he wants to try to keep a fight on the feet, So if he wants to keep a fight on the feet, obviously, if I'm gonna guess, I think Mitch Raposo is gonna wing bombs and then look to close distance and get the fight to the ground, which I do think he has a pretty solid chance at. I feel like Mitch Raposo is a decent underdog here. I just worry that Sumadarji is just gonna keep it on the feet and box him up. But I feel like Mitch Raposo, I feel like he's live. I don't know how many finishes he has by sub, because immediately when I see Sumadarji, I'm like, ooh, let me see how many subs the other guy has, because pretty much Sumadarji's only lose condition is by submission. And as I see here, 9 wins for Mitch Raposo, 4 wins by knockout, 3 wins by sub. That makes me interested. Now I'm interested. I thought he did pretty damn good against Andre Lima. It was a split decision. A lot of people think that was a crazy call, but I thought Mitch Raposo was dogging it out in the second and third round. We got Mitch Raposo by sub at plus 750. I feel like if you're taking a dog shot on him, maybe just go money line. But I think plus 750 is, decent in terms of value based on Sumadarji pretty much solely loses by submission. Sumadarji looked good against Charles Johnson, though. I will say that. And Charles Johnson is a dog. Ooh, we got Fu. He says Nora time, little baddie. And he's leaning Mitch. I'm kind of leaning Mitch, too. I feel like he might be able to get the fight to the ground. I think he's training. He was New England Cartel. Where is he training now? He's training somewhere else. Now.
Yeah, I think Sumadarji is going to beat the fuck out of Mitch Raposo. I really do.
Where's he training? Where's this motherfucker training at? Regiment Training Center. Where the fuck is that?
Where did you look that up at?
Tapology.
That's not how you do it, Mike. Jesus fucking Christ. Put your research cap on. You go to his Instagram like a smart person.
Yeah. Check that real quick, because I think he's out. I think he's no longer with.
This man really said Region of Training Center. No, he's still with New England Fight Cartel, because what's his name? Is it Mike Tyson or Tyson? From Tyson Chartier. This is his latest post right here in his corner.
Okay, well, I thought he switched gyms for some reason. I don't know. I still think he's live. I'm just gonna say fuck it and pick Mitch.
He is training at Extreme Couture, so he's probably just cross training at both, because he has photos from March with the New England Cartel gym, and then he has photos also from March with Vegas. So I think he did most of his camp with New England Cartel, and his last posted Regiment Fight Team was at 2024. So he just cross trains a lot. That's all it is. He just does a lot of cross training.
Okay.
Either way, this isn't gonna. We've spent too much time. We literally just spent like a minute and a half fucking saying nothing. So let me get on with my part of it. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Fucking Sumadar is gonna beat his ass. Mr. Poso is one-way traffic when it comes to his wrestling. Sumadar is gonna be long, tall, hard to take down. He's gonna scramble. Mitch Raposo doesn't have a scramble game like Tim Schnell, nor does he have a high volume pace game like Charles Johnson, nor does he have the boxing that fucking Tim Elliott and Schnell have. I'm sorry. So with that being said, Sumadarji has faced the best of the best. I'm not trusting a guy that's been choked out by Jake fucking Hadley. Yeah, give me Sumadarji here, and I think Sumadarji is gonna make it pretty fucking clear. Sumadarji has a good gas tank too. That's one thing I respect and appreciate. He took the third round off of Charles Johnson, and I respect that a lot. So,
You think he finishes the fight?
Mitch Raposo is tough as fuck, dude. And I don't think Sumadarji is like overly a great finisher anywhere, to be completely honest with you. So, yeah, I don't know, bro. I mean, Sumadarji, though, here's the funny thing is he hasn't had a win since 2001. He hasn't had a finish since 2020 against Malcolm Gordon, who was fucking garbage, and Malcolm Gordon put him on death's door. So
that's making me want to pick Mitch Raposo even more, bro. And he's on like
I know saying that makes me want to be honest, but I just don't think Mitch is that good, and I think Suma skill for skill should beat him up. So I'm still gonna take Suma, and I guess give me Suma by decision.
All right, we got Nick with Sumadarji by decision, and we got me with a cheeky Mitch Raposo money line and splash of Mitch Raposo by submission. That's gonna be a fun. I feel like that's gonna be a sleeper fight, relatively fun, back and forth banger. And here we got Nick's favorite fighter. We got a middleweight bout between Cedriquez Dumas, plus 170 underdog, and Mikhail Oleksiejczuk minus 205 favorite. What are you thinking about this one?
So if you guys don't know, Cedric Dumas is the greatest middleweight to grace the octagon, and he's fighting the second greatest middleweight to grace the octagon, Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. Oh my fucking God, dude. What am I going to do with this? I may go take a fucking piss break during this fight. I'm going to be honest with you. Nah, this fight is going to be chaos, man. I really don't want to bet this fight at all. I think Mikhail Oleksiejczuk should be the favorite, but I think Cedric Dumas has good fight IQ. While I don't think he's overly skilled and he looks dumb, he fights a lot smarter than he is. While Michelle fights like a fucking retard and is overly skilled and punches hard. So I think this is like the battle of the opposites. You have one guy that's physically superior, who I think is McCall, actually the white guy in this one random case. And then you have one guy who has better fight IQ. I can't believe I'm going to say this. Give me Cedric Dumas.
Let's go.
It's disgusting. I can't believe I just said that, bro. Give me Cedric Dumas.
I agree, honestly. I mean,
I can't believe I just said that, bro. I feel disgusted saying that, but I'm going to take it.
like, I feel like Mikhail Oleksiejczuk could nuke him, you know, but if that doesn't happen in the first round, I feel like, oh, yeah. Mikhail Oleksiejczuk is fighting with the fighting nerds now. He's the first Polish fighting nerd.
And what have we seen? What have we seen time and time again when people transfer to new camps?
Well, what's her name? What's that one shorty's name? Bruno Brazil went to the fighting nerds and got smoked.
That's
Even though
my,
she smoked
my
on
point
camps.
is, my point is, guys, we see far more often when fighters go to new camps that it takes more fights than one to get acclimated to the new camp, and they lose. Happens all the time. Everyone's like, oh, they're fighting here now. They're fighting here now. They're fighting. What did I say about Mick Parkin? Oh, he's Tom Aspinall's training partner. I don't give a fuck. Give a fuck, motherfucker.
Hey,
He's
he won
not
that
Tom
fight,
Aspinall.
bro. Hey, Mick Parkin won that shit.
Fuck no, he didn't. On no fucking planet did he.
Hey,
He
hey,
didn't get over the fact that-
on your Twitter, it said you finally bet on the right side of a robbery.
Nah, it's hilarious because he did it. He actually, I had him 2-1, which is funny. I even texted you it. I said I think Mick won 2-1, so I was pretty happy about that. But before I get off on a crazy rant, yeah, I don't care, bro. It's gonna take him a little bit of time to get used to it. Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, I'm gonna take the underdog in Cedric Dumas.
I agree. I think he's gonna, potentially mix in the wrestling. I think he's gonna strike at range until Oleksiejczuk is able to close the distance, and that's when Dumas will be able to shoot takedowns on him. And then we'll get to see if McCall Jacek has been putting in work over at the Fighting Nerds, if he's able to defend those takedowns or use some new found get-up game. But yeah, I like Cedric Dumas in that fight at plus 170. The odds are a little bit steep, in my opinion. And speaking of steep odds, here's another fight with some steep odds. We got a featherweight bout between Darren Elkins, plus 270 underdog, against Julian Erosa at minus 340 as the favorite. I feel like these odds are crazy.
I don't. At some point, age and all of the damage are going to catch up to the damage. And it's not like Darren Elkins hits hard. Darren Elkins' way of winning is drowning people and outlasting people. And while Julian Erosa is chinny himself, I don't think Darren Elkins has the nuke power to do so. And if Julian Erosa can put out everyone's favorite young prospect killer in C-Rod, why the fuck can't he put out Darren Elkins?
Well, to be fair, he shot into a guillotine just like Ricardo Ramos, which is
and Darren Elkins could do the same fucking thing.
I feel like he's smarter than that. Like if he's gonna
Darren Elkins does have like good grappling. I have to give him his respect on the ground. He has like not even just OG veteran grappling, but it's good. It's like tricky and good. Like if you rolled with him, it would be a cunt to roll with. He'd be really hard to roll with.
And he has good wrestling. Like I feel like a lot of times good American style wrestling, like it doesn't necessarily completely nullify, but if you're a good wrestler, you're not going to be shooting your neck out into a fucking takedown. You're going to be, going for your takedown, shooting your takedown properly in a way that you're not just leaving your neck sitting out there in the open like C-Rod and Ricardo Ramos did. I do think Julian Erosa should be the favorite, but at the same time, he's not that much younger than Darren Elkins, and he's taken a considerable amount of damage himself. And I do think Julian Erosa is probably the more. They're neither of them are that powerful, but Julian Erosa is probably the more powerful striker. If I had to pick one, probably higher percent chance. If this fight gets finished via knockout, I would say it's a higher likelihood that Julian Erosa is the one who gets finished. But at the same time, I feel like Darren Elkins is a dog, man. He's going to be bleeding in the first 10 seconds. That blood's going to get all over Julian Erosa. It's going to cause a lot of,
Julian Erosa is going to be like, ew, that's icky.
It's going to be slippery in there. And if this fight goes the way Darren Elkins wanted to, he's going to be on top of Julian Erosa, keeping safe from submissions and ground and pounding, potentially looking for a submission of his own. For me, I think Julian Erosa is the play. Do I think he's going to finish Darren Elkins? No. And at that case, minus 340 for Julian Erosa, and a guy who shows bad fight IQ, a lack of durability in his own respect. We've seen more of that from Erosa than we have for Elkins. Like Elkins is he's a durable guy. He got finished by Cub Swanson from a pretty vicious kick. Julian Erosa's not landing something like that, even though he kind of did against Alex Caceres. I don't know, man. If the judging wasn't so crooked, bro, Darren Elkins' point spread is beautiful at plus 125. But unfortunately, we're going to hear 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27 for your winner.
That was actually
decision.
I hope you know that was like an incredible ass. That was a really, really good impersonation, sir. Bravo to you, my friend.
Thank you. But yeah, this fight pretty much unbettable for me because I feel like Elkins is live. But if it goes to the scorecards, you got to think they're giving it to Julian Erosa if it looks close at all, especially with the way Elkins bleeds. So yeah, this is a no bet for me. This is going to be a banger though, for sure. Unless Darren Elkins by finish is crazy. Darren Elkins by sub is plus 1,600. And not, you know what? Let me get out of there.
I mean, Julian does quit. What is the winning double chance for Darren Elkins? I'm just curious. No, even better. No. Let's do this. Let's be smart. What's plus 600? Solid. What the fuck is his round 3 prop? What is Darren Elkins' round 3 prop? Fight props. Round props, I'm sorry.
Sheesh.
That's fucking insane. What's Julian Erosa by double chance?
Julian Erosa by double chance is plus 300. Oh, no. Plus 110. God damn, they got no respect for my boy.
Yeah, that's the only way I'd play it. Julian Erosa by double chance plus 110 or Darren Elkins round 3 plus 2,500. Those are crazy odds. Those odds are fucking insane, bro.
Plus 2,500, throw $10 on that bad boy. Maybe
that is, bro, as the kids would say, hey, bro, That's fucking insane, bro.
Yeah, that is
Like,
nutty.
like round 3 on a fighter that has quit before. Like, what are we fucking doing here?
Yeah, I think yes, stay away fight, except for maybe a sprinkle on the boy Darren Elkins around 3. Honestly, Darren Elkins by sub 2 is crazy odds. I don't know. That fight has weird shit written all over it. I don't even know if I want to
Low
make
key,
a
that
pick in
fight
that
does
fight.
have stay the fuck away all over it.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
we can just keep it a buck. It has don't touch me. It's like
100%.
it's the dirty whore from down the block, man.
I got a pretty specific pick for this fight. Lightweight bout, Jim Miller, old school legend, plus 600, and
I can't
Chase
wait to
Hooper minus 900 minus 900 favorite. Oh, here we go. Crossover MMA. Yo, first time catching the stream. What is up, bro? How are you doing today?
Hey, glad to have you crossover. You're gonna love Mike and think I'm a douche, so it's perfect.
Hey, shout out Crossover MMA. But yeah, my pick for this one. So we got Chase Hooper sitting at a minus 900. Crazy as fuck. I do think he wins this fight without a doubt. But right here, this is the moment of truth because I have not seen the odds. Let's see. Chase Hooper by knockout plus 550, bro.
You think he's gonna take his back, flatten him out, kind of deal?
Dude, I just think Jim Miller. I mean, although Jim Miller, it's not impossible to sub Jim Miller. And we did witness a fight where Chase Hooper literally was killing Vyacheslav Borshev in that fight that you took him for knockout, and he was just beating the shit out of him. Ref wouldn't call it, so finally he subs him. And
Wait, did you just have to just be a dick and just throw out one of my L's in my face?
no, that was a great pick, dude. That was a beautiful pick, and they just for
wait,
some
wait.
reason
Oh, I
the ref
called
was
that
like,
fight right. I thought you were saying I took the wrong pick.
no, you took Chase Hooper by knockout. You were like his ground and pound's insane, and we're
Oh yeah,
watching it
that's
happen.
what I was just saying right now. The back flat ground and pound.
Yeah, he was killing him, and
Yeah,
then
I
the
didn't
ref was
expect
like,
him to drop him on the feet though. No, I don't think any of us expected that.
Yeah, the ref was literally like, I am okay with Borshev dying here unless Chase Hooper. That was one where you like, nah. The ref literally bet on Chase Hooper by sub, bro. But right here, I think Jim Miller, he's good, man. And I don't know if he's gonna go that easy by submission. I think Chase Hooper will find it easier to get a dominant position and just ground and pound his way to a TKO victory. And the odds, I was for some reason I was like, man, the odds might be it might be like plus 120 for submission, plus 180 for knockout. And seeing the knockout prop at plus 550 to me is a major standout because I've been looking at Chase ever since you called it. That was a minute and a half ago now. His ground and pound is absolutely disgusting, and he's getting that grown man strength now. He's a dad. Chase Hooper's about to fuck Jim Miller up, bro.
You couldn't have said it any better myself. I don't want to echo chamber you, nor do I want to really add anything to that because that was going to be my pick. It was going to be Chase Hooper, back flat, ground and pound knockout. He was going to force Jim Miller to curl up. At this point, he's becoming the geriatric killer. We just got to call him what he is. He's beating up on all these fucking old men. It's fine. I'm okay with it. Who else is he going to beat up next? What other old man can he do next? Are they going to give him RDA for his final fucking fight? Is that what's going to happen next?
That'd be a good one.
He's going to run through. That would actually be a banger. Would that not be the gauntlet of OGs? RDA probably ain't making the 155 cut anytime soon.
Right.
But with that being said, I also have Chase Hooper knockout. I would love Chase Hooper knockout. When we finally can get the props, I'm also going to Chase Hooper knockout rounds 1 and 2 when you can do that combo. So
yeah, Chase Hooper is a dog. Young kid, looks like a kid, sounds like
and
a
this
kid.
is completely fucking mispriced, by the way. He's showing that his stand-up striking is getting slightly better with some power on the feet here. Let me go first on this fight too, if I may, just because this is my favorite pick of the weekend. This is my pick of the week, actually. So.
Ooh, so Yan Xiaonan, underdog plus 124 against Verna Jandiroba, minus 148 favorite.
You already know where the fuck I'm going with this one, bro. Everyone loves single eye Verna, and I understand the lazy eye catches everyone. Maybe it's because, she's so thick. Everyone just thinks she's so thick and so fine. Yan Xiaonan, her striking is so crisp and very underrated. She's super athletic. She's overly tough. Yan Xiaonan versus Weili Zhang. What a fucking scrap, by the way. With that being said, man, Yan Xiaonan beats her in every single factor here, except for the chain wrestling. I think Jandiroba has really good chain wrestling because she trained wrestles from singles to back takes to body locks to doubles, doubles to body locks to back takes to singles. She's incredible with her chain sequences, but I think Yan Xiaonan's just athletic and just strong enough, especially in a 3-round fight, to win bare minimum 2 of these 3 rounds. If anything, I think she could put a real ass whooping on her and pace on her. On the feet, this fight's not close. On the ground, I think Yan Xiaonan's good enough to scramble and stay safe. I don't think Verna has a good enough submission game to really put Yan Xiaonan in all these bad positions. Give me Yan Xiaonan. Give me Yan Xiaonan on a fucking hammer spot too as well. A fucking hammer spot. Maybe not as heavy as I took. What's it called? Magdalene, not to go the distance, but pretty fucking heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. Yeah. I spoke your mind in the Hooper fight. You spoke my mind in this fight. I'm excited. I've been fading Verna for a while, bro, and I've been looking real dumb. And I'm at a point
I
now
think
where
this is such a good spot to fade her.
exactly. I'm not like, it's the same shit when I was picking Derek Lewis against like the savages of the weight class, and then he's fighting Marco Rogerio de Lima, and you're like, you think I'm not about to fucking pick him again after I just picked him against a row of killers? I'm taking Yan Xiaonan. I think, like, just like you said, bro, strong, fast, great striker. I think she's gonna be able to keep it on the feet, stay out of danger, and I think she's gonna get it done. Potentially inside the distance, but I would just take money line at plus 124. Yan Xiaonan by knockout at plus 600. Crazy. Yeah, Yan Xiaonan's the pick. I'm happy that we're on the same side on that one. I feel like everyone's on Verna.
Bro, it's
Verna.
literally it seems to be everyone loves the line, and I guess I can understand it. She is dominated grappling wise against a lot of good girls, but
yeah, there's a lot of but if you're on Verna Jandiroba, the money line is very valuable. Like, if there's a lot of people who are massively confident in her, I'm like, minus 148. If you really think she's gonna win like that, that's beautiful value. So on either side, you know.
yeah, well, I just think Yan Xiaonan checks almost all the boxes minus the chain wrestling. That's the only box that I would give to Verna Jandiroba. And honestly, I've been a Yan Xiaonan believer in quite some time, man.
Yeah, me
Honestly,
too, bro.
I think she beat Marina Rodriguez when she fought her in that split decision, to be completely honest with you. I mean, I know some of her weakness has been the ground game. I mean, Weili Zhang arguably put her to sleep with that choke. And, Carla Esparza putting her in her crucifix position. But that was Carla Esparza on the juice, and Carla Esparza was young and revved the fuck up. So, yeah, give me Yan.
Let's go Yan Xiaonan for the dub. And we got another fight of a fighter that I've been fading. We got a featherweight bout between Sean Woodson sitting at a favorite at minus 175, Dan Ige underdog at plus 145. I don't know why. Sean Woodson's probably a cool guy, and I'm sure I would like him, and he seems chill, and he has a cool story. But for some reason, I just get agitated watching him fight, and I've been fading him every single time. I bet on Luis Saldana when he fought Luis Saldana, who was
that must have fucking been the
ass.
most agitating shit in the world.
I know. That was brutal. But see, a lot of people, like with his fight against Charles Jourdain, obviously he fucked up Fernando Padilla. I picked against him in all those fights. And I think we're in a spot now with Dan Ige, who has that a 7-inch height disadvantage and a 7-inch reach disadvantage. But Sean Woodson is a little bit soft in the midsection. He has really good boxing, and he's really good at, like, Sean Woodson turns the fight into his fight every single time. He slows the pace down. He gets off the shots he wants. He moves. He's really long. He has a really good takedown defense. But I gotta say, man, Luis Saldana cracked his shit. And his fight with Charles Jourdain was not impressive to me. I thought I would not have been upset if they gave Charles that fight. People call it a masterclass. I'm like, man, that shit was not a masterclass. He did masterclass Padilla. He fucked Padilla up. But Dan Ige is real good, and this is by far the toughest test Sean Woodson has ever faced. I think, if Sean Woodson beats Dan Ige, that means he's legit. But at the same time, Dan Ige at plus 145, I think he's live to finish this fight by knockout. And if not, have the bigger moments over the course of the fight, because Sean Woodson's just in there tit for tat, pitter patter striking, with the occasional devastating body shot. But Dan Ige's tough. He's not getting finished. I think Dan Ige, he's got this fight, honestly.
Calvin Kattar, Mozart Evelev, Josh Emmett, Bryce Mitchell, Diego Lopes, Lerone Murphy. These are the guys that Dan Ige loses to. This I hate because this is Mike versus Nick, so I fucking hate agreeing with you 3 picks back to back. But if Dan Ige can close the distance, which I think he is smart enough to, Dan Ige's made the 3rd round. He's won the 3rd round of every fight he's ever been in. So let's give Dan Ige the 3rd round right now, because Dan Ige always wins the 3rd round of every fight he's in. If he can rip up that body and land the more devastating shots, and one thing we know about Dan Ige is he's not going to let. This is the one thing we can trust about Dan Ige, is that he will not gas out, and he will bring the fight to Sean Woodson. If the money you're giving me, give me Dan Ige at plus 145. We could be wrong here. He could keep him at the end of the jab. He could keep him at the end of a 1-2 and teep kicks. I'm going to take Dan Ige.
Yeah. If Sean Woodson wins this fight, I'll finally give him his flowers. I mean, I already know he's good. He's got great boxing. He has great takedown defense. He's an anomaly for the division in terms of his size. But I'm just not sold on him. I haven't been sold on him, and none of his wins have me sold on him enough to think that he's going to beat Dan Ige. You just named off a list of killers that Dan Ige has lost to. Is Sean Woodson beating any of these guys? I don't know. I don't think so. We're about to find out if he has what it takes to make it to the upper echelon of the division this weekend. I'm actually very excited for this fight just because of the stylistic clash in terms of, Dan Ige. I mean, it's really mostly the size discrepancy. But I want to see how Dan Ige does in trying to solve this puzzle that nobody else besides Luis Saldana has been able to solve yet. And I'll never forget it. Luis Saldana fucked him up, bro. No way Dan Ige loses this fight. And Dan Ige by knockout, Fu said knockout round 1. Dan Ige by knockout is plus 380. Dan Ige by knockout in round 1 plus 700.
Dan Ige by knockout is plus 380.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me those.
Yeah,
give me those.
And they know Sean. They're hip to Sean Woodson. They're like, yeah, this motherfucker gonna win by decision.
Yeah, this motherfucker's not gonna do shit but jab his way in, bro. So
it's so frustrating.
I'm with Dan Ige by knockout plus 380. Hey, Tea Time, my boy Tea Time's in here. Boy,
it's actually crazy about
my
Sean
boy
Woodson.
Tea Time hit a killer little strikeout parlay today. Shout out my dog.
Lock it in, baby. Yeah, you already know.
That boy be a killer.
It's crazy that Sean Woodson's mom had like a whole gambling thing, and she like was in debt, all these tens of thousands of dollars, and Sean Woodson was using his purses from UFC to help pay her debt back, which is crazy. There's some crazy stuff in that. My boy, shout out to my boy. Let's go, boys. 50K Ige, Trayshawn Gore, Jim Miller parlay gonna go as Stoopy over there. Hey, Jim Miller over Chase Hoover. Hey, this is my homeboy. He loves Chase Hoover.
Nah, I mean, hey, bro, I can fuck with the 50K. I can even understand the Jim Miller pick. You lost me at Trayshawn Gore, brother.
Hey,
you lost me at Trayshawn Gore. Trayshawn crybaby Gore. Trayshawn, all I do is get on the Ultimate Fighter and cry Gore.
He says more a joke on the long odds. Hey, to be fair though, he has hit some snipes. There was one day back when we were on the under the table book. So you have like an allotment, and like me and him are looking at heavy negative in the allotment, and we're like, fuck, what are we gonna do? And my boy cooks up a 3-leg unders parlay, and the last leg of it was Curtis Blades, Chris Dawkins under 1.5 rounds, and Curtis Blades got it done in the nick of time with a knockout finish and took us back. And that was a legendary bet there. My boy got some massive snipes.
Man, Chris Dawkins, the man that crumbles under the black fist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, bro. 100%. And we gotta. Yeah, he says, haha, bangers. Yeah, we've concocted some bangers over the course of time. Shout out Common Analyst. I know you. I don't know if I want to say your name out loud because you got your non-name. Everyone in here, I just call them by their names. But we got a light heavyweight.
He said your non-names.
Yeah, the MMA food.
Brother, it's an online name, a pseudonym, anything but non-name. Hey, I don't want to call him his non-name.
I don't want to call anybody in here by the government. You understand me?
I already know who you're picking this fight, by the way.
The best bet I never placed. Oh yeah, this was earlier this year. Shields and Gracie by decision, and Nemkov. We're sitting there watching it together, and he calls all 3 of them, and he's like, "I should parlay this," and doesn't parlay it, and it would have been like 10 to win fucking over $1,000. That shit was ridiculous. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I hate that, man. When you're like, we should play this, and then we don't, and it's absolute, just sitting there like, I'm an idiot. Oh yeah, by the way, you said you know who I'm gonna pick in this. I don't know if you do. We got a light heavyweight bout. Nikita, the dark horse of the division, Krylov, sitting at minus 180 favorite, and Dominic Reyes, the legend killer, plus 150. Krylov Reyes is juicy.
Why the
Krylov,
fuck did you just call him the legend killer?
I call him the legend killer because everyone thinks he beat John Jones. But nah, so my thing about this fight, Dominic Reyes is on a 2-fight win streak after the vicious losing streak. He's looking to make it 3 in a row. He's been looking pretty damn good, although the competition wasn't Nikita Krylov level. There's a world where I think Dominic Reyes has a chance in this fight. I believe Nikita Krylov's coming off like a 18-month, 2-year layoff. I think he had some serious injuries he was dealing with. And but at the same time, seeing Nikita Krylov at minus 180, that's a hell of a value in terms of like where I place Nikita Krylov's skill set and talent. I feel like this guy is one of the best fighters I think he is what I thought Alex Rakic was. And Nikita Krylov presents a lot of problems for a lot of guys in this division. And I'm not sure if Dominic Reyes is going to be able to get past this one. Do you think?
So I didn't know who you were picking then.
Do you think? I want to pick Dom Reyes, but it's like, bro, I love Nikita Krylov, and at minus 180, come on now. You can't tell me that's not crazy.
Could you imagine picking a guy that just lost to Ryan Spann less than 3 fights ago? Not only
Nikita
lost,
Krylov
but
almost lost to Ryan Spann.
No, he may have that to Ryan Spann, but he didn't lose to Ryan fucking Spann.
He also got finished by Paul Craig.
Okay, Paul Craig is finished also Magomed Ankalaev and Jamal Hill. What the fuck are we talking about here? Dominic Reyes beat up geriatric Anthony Smith that's been ready to quit fighting for the last fucking 5 years now. And he beat up Jacoby Smith, I'm sorry.
Jacoby Jones.
I was going to call him Jacoby Jones, then Jacoby Smith. It's Dustin Jacoby. I'm mixing up my football players and my MMA fighters. We are not betting on a fucking guy that just lost to Ryan fucking Spann less than 3 fights ago. Ryan Spann's the worst fucking fighter on planet goddamn Earth.
Hey, but
give me Nikita Krylov by finish.
Nikita
Krylov by finish.
To the respect of Dom Reyes, his chin was not yet recovered.
Dominic Reyes sucks ass, and his chin still hasn't recovered. He fought pitter patter Justin Jacoby and 0-fight geriatric Anthony Smith. My lord, give me that. I don't. Oh, those odds suck, but give me it.
What's him by? Oh god.
Yeah, hey, straight up, rest in peace, Jacoby Smith, bro. Fucking some of the funniest NFL top 100 interviews I've ever heard ever. Jacoby Smith used to give, bro. My brother Steven was a Ravens fan, so I used to watch him a lot, man. Rest in fucking peace, for real, for real. Damn, Dom is literally a top 5 fighter right now. Learn MMA. All right, you're fucking trolling.
Nah, dude, he has a point. He has a point.
Are you talking about the ranking?
Nah, he has a point.
Even ranked?
Dom Reyes is him. He just beat the illustrious Anthony
fucking Smith.
50-fight UFC veteran.
Landon TV 24 is no doubt trolling right now.
Dominic
and if not,
Reyes.
You're a dumb motherfucker. Straight the fuck up. If you're not trolling, you're stupid as shit. Straight the fuck up.
You don't know MMA.
And there's no other way to put it besides you're a fucking retard if you really aren't trolling right now.
we go and find out this weekend. I do lean Nikita Krylov. I think the money line is valuable enough. Minus 180 parlay piece. Dominic Reyes by knockout isn't juicy enough. I think it's only plus 300, plus 350. So the odds makers are projecting.
Sorry, Landon. I apologize.
Tim Cheese. Who the fuck is Tim Cheese? Hey, he going in stupid over there. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. We both are on Nikita Krylov, but I do think that not that I think that Dominic Reyes is gonna win. I want Dominic Reyes to win. That's what I know for sure. And here we have a banger. Wow, we have seen some vicious odd movement. Featherweight grudge match.
Whoa, this odd movement is insane. Real quick, Landon. I don't want to say it out loud because am I walking into a trap? Who is this Tim Cheddar guy?
Yeah, he's trolling for certain. But no, we
I
got
gotta know who this. I don't want to say it out loud because I feel like I'm gonna say some racist word out loud or something right now. Tim
Tim Cheese
Cheese.
eating kimchi with the man
Tim
who
Cheese.
slimed out John Pork. All right, we got a featherweight
You're
bout.
my dog, Landon. I fuck with you. This line movement is blowing me the
Hey,
fuck
is that a
away.
wax shirt, bro? That's a big wax shirt.
Yeah.
Damn, bro, he follows me on Insta and Twitter. I've been hip to wax, bro. When I was younger, I would send him little songs of me that I made, and he would listen to them and give me feedback back in the day, bro. He's from Maryland originally.
Yeah, I know that from just some from his music, clearly.
Yeah, bro. Scrub Life is one of my favorite projects ever.
Bro, Scrub Life is fucking insanely good. Red's one of my favorite songs of all time.
He has some really fucking good shit, dude. I've been listening to him for like fucking 15 years at this point. I think I already knew this about
6 years. I think he's 6 years sober today. He posted something about it on Instagram. 6 years alcohol free or something like that.
Damn, that's fire, dude. I remember back. I used to talk to him about it. Like, I'll be like, yo, man, like, I would just ask him questions because I really liked him and his music really got me through some dark times when I was younger. Yeah, we fucking love wax. So we got Bryce Mitchell plus 180. Gene Silva minus 218, bro. Gene Silva opened up as like a minus 450 favorite. And Bryce Mitchell plus 375 underdog. So from Bryce Mitchell going from plus 375 to plus 180, that really blows me because if I was going to bet on it, I would have rather been at the better line. However,
God, who is this Tim Cheese? This is so awesome.
Bro,
Tim Cheese could sleep you.
I think
making me laugh.
I think I agree with comment analyst. I think Bryce, I don't know about flatten, but I think Bryce Mitchell's going to win this fight, dude. I was looking at the press conference earlier today, and they had Gene Silva was trying to get everyone to bark, and they all barked with him. And then you hear what Bryce Mitchell said. He was like, yeah. He said something about dogs, and he's like, I've had to put down a lot of dogs before. They try to come in and take my crops, take my farm, endanger my family. You know what they all got in common? They all squeal before they die. And I was like, oh God, bro.
If he said it as cool as you fucking just said it, that'd have been sick. But he kind of stuttered and retarded in the middle there.
He went hard though, and even at the face-off, bro, he's looking at him like he wants to kill him, bro. Like I'm going with Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm going with Bryce Mitchell to get put to sleep. His striking offense is so horrendous. His striking defense is even worse. I understand. He dropped Edson Barbosa throwing a winking overhand right where he's had his head down and he was looking at the canvas. Anyways, yeah, Bryce Mitchell is strong as fuck. Great chain grappling. But he beats up but he doesn't have a great resume in terms of who he beats, quite frankly, besides Dan Ige, his best win. I mean, Andre Feely anti-grappled him in the third round of their fight. And I'm saying if Andre Feely can anti-grapple you, I'm pretty sure dog strong Gene fucking Silva can at some points of his fight. The way he does it, closes the distance, is fucking horrendous. He shoots from 1.5 miles out. Gene Silva's athletic as shit, and I think he can fight three rounds. Even if it goes to decisions, I think he's going to beat him up purely based on damage, unless we have the worst fucking judging like we've been having with nut hugging. Holy fuck. I'm sorry. I'm a grappler, okay? As we know. Grappling with 0 damage and 0 attempts at submission does not win you a fucking fight. Not saying that's what Bryce Mitchell does. I'm just saying in general. But Bryce Mitchell may get into this desperation shot mode to where he's literally shooting desperation shot after desperation shot after he getting his ass kicked on the feet. My point is, I really want the Gene Silva line to keep coming down because minus 218 is a great parlay piece. If we get it anywhere minus amount 150, bro, that's a hammer spot at that point. Please, you fucking dorks, keep supporting Hitler, keep supporting Flat Earth, keep bringing the money into fucking Bryce Mitchell, and let me hammer the Brazilian. Thank you.
Honestly, Gene Silva, I do think I was talking to a buddy about it the other day, and I was like, this is one of those moments where it's like, could the fraud check happen? And at the same time, it's more so like I really think Gene Silva's him. Like there's like guys who you're like,
okay,
oh,
we
like,
gotta quit overusing the term fraud check too, because if he lost this fight, say 29-28, say he only lost it by 1 round against a heavy grappler that's strong as shit, does that make it a quote unquote fraud check?
no, I just, that's what people say. People call it a fraud check.
I think that's such an overuse of term.
Bro, if Diego Lopez loses to Volk this weekend, you know what they're gonna be saying on social media, that he got fraud checked. That's just what people say. In my opinion, there's barely any such thing as a fraud check. The closest thing that I can think of in recent memory of a fraud check is Ione Barcelos beating Peyton Talbot the way he did. And even still then, Ione Barcelos is pretty good. It's a fraud check because he kills the hype train.
No, yeah, honestly, it was just the age of Ione Barcelos. Ione Barcelos is fucking solid.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. He's saying and my friend Bob doesn't like the fraud check as much either, the term, but a fraud check kills the hype train. The hype was fraudulent. C-Rod is a fraud checker. Definitely C-Rod is, bro.
Oh, Landon TV, you're a Braves fan? I knew you were a fucking faggot.
Where? How do you concede he's Braves?
Oh, I just went and looked up his gay ass Twitter. It's 14 followers.
Nah, but
I knew he was a queer. He said, "Little bro, I choked boy unconscious."
So basically, to sum it up, Gene Silva by knockout is -105, which I don't like. I do agree with you. I think -218 is a good parlay piece. However, if Bryce Mitchell was still sitting at +275, +275, +350, something like that, I would be a lot more likely to put some money down on him. But Gene Silva, I think he's probably him. This is a tough fight for me to bet. Oh my gosh, look at these comments.
Hey, I'm literally just talking some smack because he was talking smack. I actually followed him on Twitter, which is, hilarious because even if you don't follow me back, I'm still follow old boy because I appreciate a good troll job.
All right, so we're both tentatively, me more so, on John Silva, but I think Bryce Mitchell is certainly live. I just don't like him at the odds that he's currently at. And now we got the featured fight.
Oh my God, this fight is so fucking awesome. But these odds are oddly surprising to me. And let me explain why I think these odds are surprising. Not even based on skill, because I know Patricio's old, first fight in the UFC, blah, blah, blah. Patricio's fought on the highest level that Bellator has had to offer, NPFL. But bro, Yair quits. We've seen Yair time and time again quit. Time and time again. Dog, what are these fucking odds? You just can't comprehend that Austin Riley is the best third baseman in baseball right now. I'm a fan of Austin Riley. I actually have a straight bet on Ozuna Ozuna home run, which is now probably toast with the rain delay, anyways. But yeah,
I like Manny Machado at third. But we got Yair Rodriguez -198, Patricio Pitbull +164. Plain and simple, I got Pitbull. You already know what the fuck going on. Yair, maybe if he is able to keep it on the feet, he could find a knockout, especially if it's early in the fight. I think first round knockout is live. But at the same time, I think Patricio Pitbull is going to be able to get the Ricky Pitbull. Fuck yeah, Ricky Pitbull. I think
Eugenio Suarez, the best third baseman, by the way, you slut pussies.
Suarez is nice. I think Patricio Pitbull is going to get the fight to the ground.
Winning my knockout in 1 minute.
He could. I mean, that's pretty much how it's going to happen. I think it's either
imagine Yair Rodriguez with an open side body kick. I can imagine that. That'd be fire.
I think first round knockout for Yair, but I think if it gets past that, most likely Pitbull's going to be able to implement his game plan, get the fight to the floor, win minutes, potentially ground and pound, potentially a submission even. I mean, he's dangerous. We saw him have some hard times in some recent fights. But at the same time, Yair Rodriguez showed – Brian Ortega's high level, but Yair Rodriguez showed he doesn't have that much resilience.
Yair Rodriguez went in there, fought for 3.5 minutes, great, beat his ass, and fell off a fucking cliff.
Yeah.
And I know Brian Ortega is like one of the most resilient fighters in MMA, period. He is the definition of a Mexican fighter. Like, never stops marching forward, will never quit on himself, tough as balls, always in the fight until the last second. But dog, Patricio Pitbull just has the style and makings. Gets inside, rips the body, drowns you with pressure, can kick legs, can check leg kicks, has such a short, stout body. It's going to be a lot harder for Yair Rodriguez to get off his kicks. Man, I really like Patricio in this fight too as well. And
I do,
honestly,
man.
I like Patricio by finish. I like Patricio in round 2.
Jeez.
What's Patricio winning double chance?
Plus 350. Honestly, I think that's
Stop
solid.
it. Stop it. Give me it. Give me
I
it.
kind of like it. I kind of like it. I like Patricio Pitbull, man. I just feel like styles make fights, and I just think this is a fight where Yair, he's a professional, but same time, you saw how worked up he was with Diego Lopez. He's now thinking about other things. He was so worried about Diego Lopez. I don't even know if he remembers he's fighting Pitbull. And I think Pitbull just has a very agitating style, especially for a guy like Yair Rodriguez, who doesn't necessarily do that well off his back, even though he's subbed Josh Emmett from bottom position. I don't think he's catching a triangle choke on Patricio Pitbull. If he does, I'll be very impressed. But I like Patricio Pitbull at these odds. Maybe if it was reversed and Yair Rodriguez was plus 164, I would have more of a reason to bet on him then. But I just think these odds are a little bit wide. And although Patricio Pitbull's old, I think this is a good matchup for him.
Yeah, give me as the comment analyst says, give me Ricky Pitbull there.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Ricky Pitbull. I like that a lot. All right, I gotta use the restroom, bro. Right before we get into this one,
I'll just spout off my thoughts really quickly then on this thoughts. In general, this one I think is pretty fucking easy right here. It's binary, quite frankly. It's either this Hooch Gas is out first. I've read online, is this a 5-round fight? 1 second here. Let me go see this shit. This 5-round fight does make it a little bit different for me. It is a 5-round fight, 5-by-5. Yeah, I think at some point Patty's going to get chinned in the 5-round fights, or he's going to choke out Michael Chandler in the first 2 rounds. It's one of those two things. Michael Chandler has a bad habit of giving his back, even though he hasn't been finished yet. It's still a possibility. Once you give your back and you give your back enough, eventually someone's going to choke you and possibly choke you to sleep. But I think Patty's striking defense is so horrendous. He commits all the sins when it comes to defensive striking. Chin straight out in the air, backs up in straight lines, and he drops his hands. So he commits every single sin when it comes to defensive striking possible. And Michael Chandler has a fucking hand cannon on him. Michael Chandler only loses to the best guys. Patty really hasn't beaten anyone of note yet. Now, if Patty beats Michael Chandler, I'm going to give him all the props and respect in the world. But I'm going to keep it pretty simple here. I'm going to take Michael Chandler plus 124. I think it's a good ass line. Give me Michael Chandler as the underdog with the better experience versus the better fighters. And he has, again, the hand cannon. Now I'm going to go look up what Michael Chandler by knockout will be, because I will also take Michael Chandler by knockout, because I think eventually he's going to fucking toast Patty at some point. He's going to catch him backing up, straight up, hand in the air. Michael Chandler by knockout plus 250. Not the best odds, but I like Michael Chandler. Absolutely. He literally does have some of the worst fight IQ ever, and I will say that Patty Pimblett has far better fight IQ. I have to give him that. His fight IQ is horrendous, but he showed me one thing in his last fight that I loved more than anything. He could go 5 rounds. Michael Chandler is someone that is many 5-round fights as he trained for. It just seems like he can never keep the 5-round pace and cardio, and he actually was able to keep it for 5 rounds, even though, granted, he was getting grapple fucked for most of those 5 rounds, getting beat the fuck up by Charlie Olives. So, yeah, give me Michael Chandler by knockout. I eventually think he's going to find that chin. So,
boom. And you know who I'm going with?
Who are you going with, Mike?
I'm going with Michael Chandler, baby. And you know why I'm going with Michael Chandler?
Why are we going with Michael Chandler?
It's just, and I've seen videos of Patty training recently, and you can tell he's really the first thing I noticed seeing him train, what he's trying to train is keeping the chin tucked when he's striking. And
Vincent Price is going with Michael Chandler. Vincent Price going with Michael Chandler.
I'd fuck with that tat. Yeah, that shit's hard as fuck.
That was for you, Landon. I wanted you to see my legs, Landon.
Yeah, Michael Chandler, dude. Patty has been really trying to keep that chin tucked when he strikes, but when he gets in a fight, and especially with his long hair, he's like this. He's like shaking
Bro,
his hair.
I literally just said he commits all the striking sins and defensive sins. Chin in the air, backs up in a straight line, drops his hands.
Yeah, it's bad. And I mean, if Patty is able to do that in the fight,
Landon.
if he's able to keep the chin down in the fight and actually protect himself, I think that I think that Patty has a chance, but at the same time, Michael Chandler is a credentialed wrestler. Collegiate wrestler, high school wrestler. I think that if Michael Chandler wants to keep the fight on the feet, he will. And if he wants to implement his own wrestling, I think he can. I don't think he's going to want to do that. I think he wants to keep it on the feet and spark Patty Pimblett. I think that Michael Chandler's live inside the distance. I just have to look at Patty Pimblett's best win is Bobby Green when Bobby Green made a terrible, terrible mistake. And I just don't rate that highly enough, even though Michael Chandler has lost 3 fights in the UFC. I think he's 2-3 in the UFC, but his losses are to Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje. And Patty Pimblett has not lost in the UFC, but he had a really tough fight against Jared Gordon, who I fuck with.
He should have lost that fight.
He got rocked by Luigi.
Absolutely should have lost that fight.
He got rocked by Luigi, and Bobby Green made a terrible, terrible mistake, whether or not it was a shot or if he actually slipped. I think that Michael Chandler, although he is older, he's a freak athlete, and I think that he's live to put Patty down. I like Patty. I really like Chandler as well. I won't be upset if Patty wins, but just based on the odds, knockout plus 250 is not crazy, but I also don't think Michael Chandler should be an underdog at plus 124. I would probably put Michael Chandler at maybe a minus 160, and then the knockout closer to plus 180, plus 200. So I think there's decent value on both of those lines. Patty's arguably getting better given his relative new place in the UFC. Yeah, I think Patty's great. And I was on one of these videos months ago, probably a year ago now, talking about Patty's path. And that path involved him beating Bobby Green when Bobby Green was ranked, moving up to Beneil Dariush, getting fucking speed rounded to Dariush, and now he's top 5. And then they have a case to make him a title contender. And he was definitely different against Green than Gordon. Yeah. But Jared Gordon has sneaky boxing, though. Jared Gordon was low-key boxing up Bobby Green, too, before that headbutt. But yeah, I think Michael Chandler's in a good spot here, plus 124.
I still think it would be better for the UFC, though, if Patty did win, of course. So if
it goes to decision, you got to be careful. This is a 5-round fight as well. So 5-round fight. We have not seen Patty in a 5-round fight since he was in Cage Warriors, which I haven't even watched a 5-round fight of his yet. So I'm sure he has good cardio. He looks lean as fuck. He looks better than I've ever seen him. This is what I've heard. I don't know what he's doing in his time, but I would assume he's not lying.
Cocaine. According to Tapology, it is a 5x5er.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. 5-round fight. Patty and Chandler are getting paid well, I guarantee it. But yeah, Patty probably has good cardio. He's talked about he used to float off talent alone. I was watching Embedded. He said he used to float off talent alone. He's been really focusing in on working harder now that he has his second kid, I believe. So he has 2 kids he's trying to provide for. He has the new dad kind of mentality going on, which we love a new dad mentality, but at the same time,
probably some ugly ass kids, low key.
And I can't trust Patty Pimblett to tuck his chin in a fight until I've seen him tuck his chin in a fight. So I'm gonna rock with Michael Chandler. We got the same name, Michael Chandler, and me, Money Michael, Iron Mike, Money Mike. We better rock out, Archangel. The heavens are looking out for Michael Chandler this weekend. No, I'm just babbling. But yeah, I think Michael Chandler's live, bro. What if Patty goes in there and dismantles him? What would you say about Patty? Where does that place him?
One thing I brought up is that Michael does give up his back, and I don't care who you are, as good as your back defense is. Eventually, you're going to pay the piper for giving up your back. Eventually, you pay the piper for giving up your back, no matter who you are. And undeniably, Patty's best weapon is his back take and rear naked choke. He has a great back take and a great rear naked choke. He has always had a great back take and a great rear naked choke. Always.
Yeah, I feel like he's pretty surgical when it comes to the jiu-jitsu. And outside of Michael Chandler's... But the thing is, when Michael Chandler fights Gaethje and Charles and Poirier, he's facing, in my opinion, a lot more of a threat on the feet. So in those positions where he wants to make it a banger for the fans and he subjects himself to doing something stupid, for the sake of the fight, I don't think he's going to find himself in the same amount of danger. I mean, it seems like Patty hits hard, but is he going to hit hard enough, and is he going to connect clean enough to make Chandler do something stupid. I don't think it is. I mean, I could just as easy as I'm picking Chandler, I could see Patty Plummet going out there and making a statement. But where my confidence lies is more so with Michael Chandler. I don't know. This is a really tough fight to pick, dude. I got a lot of people that are on Patty this weekend.
Yeah, and I like when people are on one person. Keeps the traffic flowing one way so I can hit the grain the other way, baby.
Yeah, you already know we take the road less traveled. So it looks like we're both going with Money Mike, Iron Mike Chandler, and also, potentially by knockout at plus 250. Yeah, that's going to be a fucking banger, bro. This card is sick. Dude, when Mike Chandler's in the fight, it's going to be a banger.
I don't understand these odds at all, bro.
Yeah, if I'm going to be honest, we got Alexander Volkanovski, minus 142 favorite, Diego Lopes, plus 120 underdog. This is for the vacant featherweight title after Ilia Topuria vacated. This is how I put it. I was thinking about this yesterday when we were going to do this video. I think Alexander Volkanovski, from a skill for skill perspective, is the better fighter. But he's also a fair bit older. He's recently taken a fair amount of damage. I saw his physique this week. He looks in very good shape. But Diego Lopes is young and he's hungry. And I think there is a real possibility that Diego Lopes finishes this fight under 3.5 rounds. I'd go as far as even to say under 2.5. I feel like I'm picking Diego Lopes here.
Yeah, well, I am picking Diego Lopes. I hate to say it, bro. Like, MMA is the old gets eaten sport, unfortunately. And we've seen Volkanovski take an incredible amount of damage, in his last few fights, like an incredible amount of damage. The head kick knockout was not good versus Islam. And then getting scorched the way he did versus Ilia, like that was not a good knockout, man. And I understand that Diego may not have the exact one punch power that Ilia does, but when he clinches up and he throws that uppercut and he throws those tight left hooks, man, Diego rocks people's heads and his jiu-jitsu's good. I don't know, man. I just think the meta of Alexander Volkanovski doing the controller stick movement, up, down, left, right, left, up, down, left, right, is going to get tamed at some point, and I think it's kind of gotten tamed. So I like Lopes here, and I think Lopes gets the job done emphatically. I think we're going to be – I do want to say this, though. This is a thought that I do have. I think whoever wins this championship is a bridge champion. I don't think they hold the championship after this. I think Mozart beats both of them. I would pick – I can't believe I'm saying this. I would pick Lerone Murphy over Alex Volkanovski. I wouldn't pick him over Diego Lopes. I would pick Aaron Pico probably over both of them too as well. I think Aaron Pico is like a raw cork bit of raw talent that is just – he's going to be so fucking good, man. And shit, I think Patricio Pitbull could even beat fucking Diego Lopes. Like,
oh my gosh. Shout out to Sean Carvaggio, bro. That's crazy. Is that even – I don't even think that's the way they spell their last name. That's fucking hilarious, though. I'm edging to my – that is hilarious. Whoever that is. I don't even think that's how his last name is spelled. But if it is, it's good to have you, Sean. And Arnold got robbed. Arnold low-key did get robbed in that fight, bro. I think Diego Lopes beats Movsar Evloev. I think Alexander Volkanovski, at his current age now, he might be subject to getting wrestle-fucked. But at the same time, I don't think Movsar is good as a lot of people think that he is. I mean, a lot of people aren't high on him at all. But
I feel like I'm the opposite trend. I feel like I'm super high on Movsar.
I think Diego Lopes beats Movsar. I think Aaron Pico beats Movsar. I think Arnold Allen beats Movsar. I think Gene Silva beats Movsar. Movsar's good, but he barely wins a lot of these fights, and he's not finishing anybody. So I want to see. It's me, Sean. What's up, Sean? I appreciate. I saw you with the French girls. Hey, no, that is not Sean. Wait, what the fuck, bro? Who is this? Ain't no damn way.
What? What's up? We're getting trolled tonight. Like,
I was with some bro. I was at work the other night, and these girls straight out of France came in there.
What the fuck? Do you have a stalker? Do you know Sean?
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay. You know Sean. I was like, yo.
Dude, funny story about a fight. Sean and Scott, they're twins. They had my back. We were playing a basketball game, and this kid fucking headbutts me in the middle of the game, and I have a problem with it. I'm like, all right, I got a fucking problem. So I shove him. I'm upset. And I get ejected from the basketball game, and at the end of the game, Sean and Scott are like, "Hey, you want to fight these kids?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's fight these kids." So we're walking through. Both teams are going opposite directions, doing a little like hand high fives. And right when I get to the big kid who headbutted me, I shoved him and chaos ensued, bro. And it was funny as shit because Sean and Scott were scrapping and shit. Yeah, I don't know. This is crazy that he must have been in here at the night. He said they speak Spanish too. Funny enough, I'm talking to the French girls. She's like really her English is shaky. She starts speaking back in French, and I'm like, oh, I don't understand. And I told her I was like, yeah, my family's Puerto Rican. You know, I speak Spanish because I was out. I was being a little bold. I don't speak that much Spanish. I can understand pretty well. This bitch, no joke, starts speaking fluent Spanish. She just switches up, starts speaking fluent Spanish. I'm like, oh God. I hope she continues to say shit I can understand because I'm gonna look cooked here in a second. But nah, I was in love with that girl. Wherever you are, girl whose name I don't know from France, I hope you're doing well. Oh my gosh, that was funny as fuck. Shout out Sean Caravaggio, knowing that I was talking to French girls who speak Spanish last night. Uh, but yeah, I feel like I said, I think Alex Volkanovski is better, like a better technical fighter. But Diego Lopez has,
He has
uh,
finishing equity, bro. He's younger, and I don't think his cardio is as bad as everyone makes it seem.
yeah, I don't think it's bad at all. I mean, we saw what he was looking like in round 3 against Mozart. I mean, he was kind of getting wrestled a lot, but he was still there in that fight the
I'm just
entire
saying,
time.
we see Volkanovski have an affinity to get clinched too as well, to get collar tied. If he gets collar tied by motherfucking Diego Lopez, that could be disastrous, bro. Disastrous.
Sean is capping on my name right now.
Mike has a huge wong. Mike, you are 6'4" and Puerto Rican, brother. I have no doubt that that's true. You still here, Landon?
Now Landon dead, bro. Landon is a troll for sure, but
Fucking
you know,
queer.
at least he was in here talking. You know what's going on.
Yeah, he was in here talking, but he's a queer for
Yeah,
sure.
I feel like Diego's gonna be able to overwhelm him. And Volkanovski said that. He was like, "Yeah, I mean, I know he's gonna come out aggressive. That's the best chance he has." And I agree, it is the best chance he has. I think he has a pretty damn good chance if he comes out aggressive. Mike is 5'6". Landon is the homie.
I can't tell if your boy comment analyst really means that. I don't know. I find it hard to find any guy that makes a political figure his whole personality to be class.
I think he's trolling.
Oh, and now okay. See, I'm just not good at reading trolls, brother. I ain't shit.
Dude, I do that to my friend. I have a buddy. He's the biggest boxing fan I know. He's like 42. He's a very close friend of mine, and he's on to me now. But
He
back in
is
the day,
based in
bro,
Christ-filled. That's fine.
back in the day, I would troll him so. But we'll be watching UFC, and I'll see like a lightweight fighter who's like 5'10", and I'll be like, man, I'll beat this shit out of him, and he'll be like, what? And I'm like, bro, he's 5'10", 32 years old, 155 pounds. I'm 6'3", 225. I'll whoop his fucking ass. And he will get so mad. He'd be like, you're fucking retarded. We would this is a professional fighter. And I'm like, nah, son. He's too small. He's too weak. On Ja, ask me again. On Ja. He's based in Christpilled. But yeah,
Ask me again.
Diego Lopez by knockout plus 300. They think that Volkanovski
Bro
and
thinks
Diego
he's
Lopez.
Bradley Martin. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is the Bradley Martin show, bro.
Honestly, what is fight to end by knockout? Either way is a solid ass bet because also Landon plus 110. Also Landon is like 17.
Yeah, he's a legit.
That's hilarious.
Damn. They think that Volk and Diego have the same chance of knocking each other out with Volkanovski.
Well, I kind of agree with that, and let me tell you why. I think it could be an attritional knockout. If anything, it would be a later attritional knockout,
like in 3-4
One
months.
thing that is a possibility that I don't think has been brought up is what happens if Diego cracks him and isn't able to capitalize and finish him, and he gasses himself, punches himself out.
I feel like this fight is close, bro. I mean, obviously the odds are reflecting that, but like I can't escape wanting to pick Diego Lopez. And I mean, I'm a massive fan of Diego Lopez.
I think it's pretty easy. You play Diego Lopez pre and you play Alex live if you get an inkling, because I think Diego Lopez is pretty much a shoe-in to win the first round. I feel pretty confident about that.
Volk has as good a chance at knocking him out as he does getting a snack off the top shelf. I mean, I think that's the best way to put it because I feel like
Bro,
Volk's
I'm like
size-
5'4". That's not even funny, bro. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's hilarious.
Who?
Me, bro. I'm like 5'4". I can't even get a snack off the top of my shelf myself.
You ain't no damn 5'4". Damn, bro. This one is just I'm perplexed because all week I've been like, yeah, I mean, I think it has to be Diego. And
I don't feel like I have to overthink this one, bro. I'm just gonna take Diego, and if it starts to go sideways and he starts to look tired at all, I take Volkanovski live and feel happy about my bet.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, we're gonna go with Diego Lopez. I think Diego Lopez is live to win here, plus 120 underdog, which is actually surprising to me that he's
Even money fight, I guess, but damn, bro, you would think the younger gun is crazy.
yeah, younger, finishing everyone except for Brian Ortega.
I mean, Brian Ortega is a fucking dog tough, bro.
Yeah, he's tough, bro. Remember in the fight against Volkanovski, they were like, "How many fingers am I holding up?" He's like, 4." And they're like, "No, it's 2. It's 2. All right, get back in there." And then they just let him go in and get his shit scrambled again. I'm like, that. Why did they show that on the camera? I mean, that.
He's never once stopped himself. He had a shoulder injury against Yair. That was a freak accident. And the doctor stopped the fight against Max Holloway after he was getting he doesn't get stopped, bro. Brian Ortega is like the epitome of a fucking Mexican fighter.
I fucking love Brian Ortega, man. I wish he had a higher ceiling. I would have loved to have seen him, become a champion. I love Brian Ortega.
Yeah, if he had a little bit better of like a better wrestling offense to utilize that jiu-jitsu, different, bro.
Right. Oh my God. If he had some fucking all-American D1 wrestling.
Why didn't we see more scrambles and grapples between Lopez and Ortega? That's what I wanted. I wanted to see some of that.
I think because
it's one thing we also haven't talked about. Diego Lopez has been legitimately training with the Oklahoma State wrestling team over the last 7 months. Like legitimately in the wrestling room with these guys. That's a big fucking deal. That's a big deal for pace, pressure, cardio. Oklahoma State, Brody.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that.
You don't scramble with Ortega. Real shit. That's how you get your neck.
That's what I was about to say. I feel like that's the one time Diego was going against a guy with jiu-jitsu that is equally or more dangerous than his own. All right, I think Sean wants me to say this. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? I see you've sent it 4 times now, so I decided to read that one out loud. Thank you for your input. No, yeah. You don't scramble with Ortega, that's for damn sure. But he did have hands for him. Brian Ortega made it 15 minutes or whatever the fuck time it was. But yeah, Diego Lopez is the pick. I think the dogs are barking this weekend, man. I like Patricio Pitbull. I like Diego Lopez.
That must be an inside joke because I don't know what the fuck that was.
I don't what they talking about. They ain't talking about nothing. Tracy Cortez will now top you for that. Damn, Sean, I know you watch UFC like that. You know about Tracy Cortez?
That is kind of insane.
What they talking about? This ain't even Sean Carvalho. How could it? I mean, it would have to be Sean.
It was funny. Is at the last jiu-jitsu tournament I was at, actually, Tracy was cornering one of her homegirls, and a bunch of fools were like, you could just hear it, but there's Tracy. The fools are going up to her afterwards, asking her for pics and shit. After the girl she cornered literally was dominating this girl like 28 points to 0, some mercy killing shit.
Well, her homie was getting smoked?
No, her homie was smoking this chick's. Her fine ass, pretty toed homegirl. Pretty toes.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, I like this. You probably used to wrap it on the scubas. We got some throwbacks in here.
All right. Well, I got to go walk my pregnant dog. He's not actually pregnant, but He looks like he is with how fucking bloated his belly is.
And we just hit 100 on the total views, which is cool.
Damn, so is it time for a nipple drop, dog?
94 on Twitter, only 6 on YouTube. It's crazy that we get a lot more on Twitter, which is not that crazy actually. But yeah, dogs are barking this week. Danny Gay,
X brother. You mean X brother?
Yeah, X baby. Danny Gay, Patricio Pitbull, Diego Lopez, 3 underdogs in a parlay. Run that shit.
1 sec. Let me give you my dog parlay of the week.
I like that one.
Let me give you my dog parlay of the week.
Mike has a foot long. Subway. Eat fresh.
Give me Mike Chandler. Give me Diego Lopez. Give me Yan Xiaonan plus 1,000.
Oh my God. Yan Xiaonan, Michael Chandler,
Plus
Diego
1,000.
Lopez, Patricio Pitbull, Danny
Oh,
Gay.
Patricio. How did I forget about Patrici? Boy, plus 2,814. What? The dogs are barking. Ho, 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 ho. I'm out.
The dogs are barking, baby. You already know what the fuck going on. You heard it here first. The dogs are barking. You might have heard it somewhere else. Who knows? But with that being said, Combat Sports Today, X, aka Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Tell your friends if you guys like sports, combat sports. They got everything on CST, especially the Twitter page. All the news, everything you need to know about all things combat sports, Muay Thai, kickboxing, every single MMA organization under the sun. They're covering everything. Motherfuckers are doing the best work out there. Shout out Phil the Goat. Shout out the entire team. You already know what's going on. We got an amazing card this weekend. Bet responsibly. Do your own research. And most importantly, enjoy the fights. Thank you guys for being here in the comments as well. And we will be back soon.